Hey guys, if you're running a Shopify store and you want to seriously grow and scale your Shopify business, guys, then you definitely have to use Google Ads, guys, okay? All the biggest brands out there, guys, pick any, choose any, and they will have Google Ads running 100%, guys. And there's a reason behind it because Google Ads drives enormous amounts of revenue, guys, and it's one of the strongest advertising platforms out there. And that's why, guys, it's super crucial, guys, that you at least understand the fundamentals of Google Ads. And that's exactly, guys, what I'm going to be doing here today, guys. I'm going to teach you the basics and how to start and create your first Google Ads campaign and how to use it alongside with a Shopify, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and start doing that right away. And as well, guys, as always, there will be available a free guide, sort of like a reference guide for you guys that you can download for free. In the description box below the video, guys, there's going to be a link, so go grab that link and get that guide for free, guys, and you will have pretty much everything that we talked about today in a summary. And also you will have my personal email, so if you run into any issues, you can always reach out to me directly, guys. All right, so the first thing what we need is Shopify. So I will assume that you already have Shopify. I'm not going to dive into Shopify tutorial too much, guys, but if you want to learn more about Shopify and how to use it, how to build a Shopify store or dropshipping store or a brand, guys, we have all of that available for free on our Debutify YouTube channel, guys. So go ahead, check it out and see if you can find something there, guys. And if not, let me know down in the comments if you want me to make any type of piece of content, guys, and I'm gonna do it for free. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. So the first thing, obviously, is Shopify. I will assume you have some background in Shopify and you already have one up and running, guys. So the next thing, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna be using Google's official sales channel for Google Ads and for YouTube and for Merchant Center, guys. So it's super easy to get one, guys. All you got to do, guys, just go to apps and then you're going to click on apps and sales channels right here, guys. And then you're going to click right here on Shopify App Store button right there, guys. All right. That's going to bring you to Shopify App Store, and here simply search for Google, guys. Okay. And here you're going to install the Google and YouTube channel, guys. Okay. And in my case, it's installed. That's why I see open. In your case, you're going to see install. So go ahead and install the sales channel, guys, from Google, guys. Okay. And once you have that, you're going to be able to select it from sales and channels option right here on the left sidebar in Shopify, guys. So go ahead and do that. Okay, guys, so in your case, you're not going to see exactly the same thing because I've already connected everything. But guys, trust me, connection is super easy and streamlined. All you're going to do, you're going to choose your Gmail account that is connected to all your YouTube, to your Merchant Center, and to your Google Ads account. But guys, if you don't have Google Ads account, don't worry. During the setup, it will ask you if you want to connect an existing one or if you want to create a new one, guys. And just select that you want to create a new one, and Shopify will essentially create a brand new Google Ads account alongside with Google Ads, guys. And that's going to be just easy as that, guys. Okay. And same thing for Merchant Center. Again, guys, I'm not going to touch on the Merchant Center too much, but I'll let you know that it is important if you want to run for example, shopping ads, okay? And shopping ads are the ones, for example, let me show you so you understand visually. So if I go and do something like running shoes, okay? So these right here, guys, these are essentially shopping ads from Google, okay? And they're all coming from Performance Max campaigns in Google Ads. And we'll discuss later on what exactly Performance Max means, guys. But essentially, if you wanna showcase and offer your products as shopping ads right here, guys, Merchant Center is absolutely required to do that, guys. All right. So, and again, same thing for Merchant Center, guys. When you're going to be setting it up, the Shopify guide will ask you, do you want to connect an existing one or do you want to create one from scratch? Okay. And you can literally create one from scratch within the setup, and Shopify will do everything for you, guys. And essentially you will have Merchant Center and your Google Ads all done by Shopify automatically, guys. All right. Just simple as that, guys. And then the Shopify products will sync with the Merchant Center. And essentially, in your case, it's probably going to say something like pending or, approved or not approved. Again, in my case, everything is essentially not approved because, guys, I'm running a demo store. So all the products are essentially fake products. They're not real because I'm doing a lot of tutorials and demos, guys. But in your case, if you've set up everything correctly, and if you are already selling your products through different sales channels like Facebook ads or organically, guys, and it's all working out, the chances are all your products will be approved, okay? Because Merchant Center essentially is looking for the things like shipping policy setup, okay, terms and conditions setup, and essentially all the policy pages must be up and running and correctly set up. Otherwise, it's going to be rejected, guys. And same thing for products, guys. You have to make sure that all the prices and the content and the images are done properly to avoid any rejections from the Merchant Center, guys. Okay, so if everything is good and you already making sales, guys, and you just want to scale it with Google Ads, then in your case, 99% sure, I'm sure that all your products will be approved and you will have Merchant Center up and running in a couple of minutes, guys. Okay, so you might see something like pending. Pending means that, or either Merchant Center is reviewing your products, guys, because if you have a lot of products, it's going to take some time to run through the approvals and review, guys. And once it's approved, it's all going to be in green here and it's going to say approved, guys. Okay, awesome. So that's for Merchant Center, guys. So now once you've set up your Google Ads account through the automated process, through the Sales and Channels app, guys, you will see something like this. And essentially all the events like purchases at the cart and all the page views, guys, will be as well automated through the setup process. So at some point it's going to ask you if you want to add the events, guys, and you just click continue, and Shopify will literally create all the purchase at the cart and everything for you, so you won't need to touch a single piece of code, guys. Okay, it's super easy and you don't have to do anything technical, guys. Okay, so if you've done everything correctly, you're gonna see something like this, guys. And make sure if you want to create new Google Ads campaign, you don't click this button right here, guys. Okay, because if you do, it's gonna take you to Merchant Center and will ask you to create a campaign through Merchant Center, guys. Okay, but we don't want to do that, because when you create campaigns through Merchant Center, they are extremely basic on a level, and we won't be able to add any at all of the advanced targeting and audiences and all that stuff, guys. This is really a easiest way, but absolutely not precise way of creating Google Ads account. Google Ads campaign, guys, and you won't be getting any results, guys. Okay, so don't touch the Google Merchant ad creation for Google Ads. This is not the right way to do that, guys. For us to do it the right way, all you gotta do, so here under the Google Ads, guys, in this tab right here, you're gonna see these three dots right here on the right corner side, all right? And essentially you're gonna click on these three dots, guys, and you're gonna click on view more in Google Ads. That's the place where we wanna go, guys. So let's go ahead and do that, all right? And this is, guys, going to be the main Google Ads dashboard. Okay, so this is what we want to see, and make sure this is the exact thing that you are seeing on your screen, guys. Okay, so not this one right here, guys, not the Merchant Center. Again, I'm gonna revisit this one more time. So not the Merchant Center. If you're here, make sure you are opening Google Ads through right here. Okay, and this is the screen you should be on, guys. Okay, guys, and the good news is, if you use the Shopify's automated sales and channels process, guys, you don't need to add any custom events like purchases. It was all done for you by Shopify. So all you need to focus on now, creating your first Google Ads campaign, guys. So let's go ahead and do just that. So to create your first Google Ads campaign, what you want to do, you want to click on this big create plus sign. Okay, you can't miss that on the left corner side, and then you're going to choose on campaign, guys. All right, awesome. So, and now we want to choose sales. Okay, so I'm not going to go through each of them individually, but again, leads is essentially for B2B, guys, or if you want to attract people to fill out the forms. Okay, traffic essentially will be driving clicks, guys. App promotion, if your business is a mobile app like iOS or Android, guys. Awareness is essentially what it is, guys. You're building a brand awareness around the product or service. Okay, local store visits if you have a physical store, guys. So it's really good for that, to attract new physical customers into your physical store, guys. Okay, and you can create a campaign that is fully custom, but again, it's not something we're gonna do, guys. All we need to focus on is on sales, because we are doing e-commerce. We wanna grow and scale our Shopify numbers, guys. So we are going with the sales, guys. Okay, and now it's the now we're gonna have to choose a super important part in Google Ads creation. We're just choosing the conversion goals, guys. All right, and I know this must be looking complicated and maybe you're frustrated already, but guys, it's super easy. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna click on add goal right here, guys. Okay, and then you're gonna click on purchases, and all of these events already are automatically created for you once you connect your Shopify with Google Ads, or when you create your Google Ads account through Shopify, it will automatically create all of these events for you guys. Okay, so if you did that correctly, you're gonna see these ones right here, and all we want to choose is purchases. Okay, and guys, by the way, if you don't see this or if you run into any issues, let me know down in the comments and I'm gonna help you out. Or again, you have a personal email in the guide that you can download for free in the description box below the video, guys. Reach out to me and I'm gonna help you out, guys, personally. Okay, so no worries, don't stress about it, guys. So now once we add a purchases, okay, all we want to do, we want to remove contacts and phone call leads, okay, because this is B2B stuff. And again, when you guys are mixing different goals, guys, your campaign will get mixed signals. Okay, so your campaign will be focusing on getting purchases, and it's going to be focusing on contacts, and it's going to be focusing on getting you phone calls, which might not be at all needed if you are just trying to sell something on Shopify, guys. Okay, so to remove that, it's super simple. Click these three dots and click remove, and same thing for the phone calls. Okay, so make sure we only are focusing on one single goal, which is purchases, guys. All right, awesome. So now we're going to click on continue. So now, guys, is the fun part. Okay, so we're gonna be choosing Performance Max. Okay, and Performance Max has been around for not too long, but not too fresh. Okay, it's been a while, for a minute or two. Okay, so Performance Max essentially combines all of the Google's channels for advertising into one campaign, guys. So we're talking about Google search ads, we're talking about Gmail ads, YouTube ads, and pretty much all the ads that you would be seeing across Google, guys. It's all consolidated into single campaign type, which is now called Performance Max, or how we call it in the agencies, PMax campaigns, guys. All right, so this is really the way to do it. Brings you the best results, especially as a beginner. Okay, it does offer a lot of flexibility, and as well, it's super beginner friendly, guys. Okay, and once you get more advanced, you can use something like search. But again, search campaigns, that's a entire different topic, guys. Let me know if you want to learn more about actual search campaigns, guys, or if you want to learn more about advanced Google strategy, guys. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll definitely create a course on that for you guys for absolutely for free, guys. All right, so go ahead and let me know down in the comments. But for now, we're gonna go with Performance Max because that's what we want to do. And again, Performance Max is fully automated by AI algorithms from Google, so it really becomes better as the time goes. And as you get more data, as you get more purchases, it really becomes so much better, and it's super easy to scale it once that happens, guys. Okay, so Performance Max, always make sure to go with Performance Max. If you're a beginner, absolutely go with Performance Max. So that's all you need. So now, if you want to advertise your products from Shopify, okay, you have to select your merchant center that you created in Shopify through the automated process, guys. So if you did create a merchant center, guys, you want to make sure that you select it right here, guys. Okay, so everything is connected through the same account, guys. So if you did it in Shopify, it's gonna pop up in here, guys. Okay, so no worries. If you have some kind of warning sign, guys, and you are doing immediately after creating account, guys, it's okay, because review and the approval process for Shopify products might take a couple hours or up to 24 hours. And especially if you have like 50 or 100 products on your Shopify store, Merchant Center will need more time to actually review every single product and approve them, okay? So for naming, guys, it's really for you. Customers will not see that, but what I like to do, and it's really one of the best practices. So first, we want to call it something like PMax, which is short for Performance Max, guys. It's really just to kind of understand what kind of a campaign type that is when you're going to be building a lot of, for example, Google Ads campaigns. So for example, you have like 20 Google Ads campaigns, and if you don't name them correctly, you're just going to get confused, and it's going to be frustrating to look for the right one, okay, guys? So it's just really more about organizing and keeping things clean, okay? So Performance and Performance Max, and then we'll do something like dash, and then we want to say from which channel it's coming, okay? So since it's Shopify, I'm going to say Shopify, but it might be WordPress, or it might be Wix, or it could be Webflow, or whatever it is, guys. So in our case, the platform is Shopify, okay? And I'm just going to make a lot of typos before I actually manage to do it. So Shopify, And then we're gonna essentially name the campaign like what it is. So we're gonna be advertising a test campaign from my test store, guys. So I'm just gonna call it something like test one, okay? But in your case, it can be something like a product name or product type, okay? Just to really keep it clean and organized, okay? So let's do that, and I'm gonna click on continue. And this is a really important part, okay? Because by default, Google will switch you to conversion value. But if it's a brand new Google Ads account, guys, it will not work, okay? Because essentially, conversion value means that the Google will try to find the customer that is more likely to spend more versus just bringing you more customers, but for a smaller conversion value, guys, okay? So at the beginning, it's not gonna work because you don't have enough data, so Google doesn't really know what it's looking for, okay? So it's gonna just eat your budget and not gonna bring you the right results. So for new accounts and beginners, guys, always go with conversions, because now Google will focus on bringing you as many conversions as possible, okay? Maybe they're gonna buy small items or like the cheapest ones at your store, but you're getting conversions and you're getting the data, guys. And you have to get at least minimum 50 conversions before you can switch to conversion value, because then Google has some data to work with, okay, guys? So make sure to switch to conversions. Here you don't need to choose this because CPA, it's more advanced stuff, guys, which essentially means cost per acquisition or cost per action, whatever it is, could be called different ways, guys. Essentially, this tells Google that how much you want to spend per acquiring a customer, okay? So you can set something like $20, which means that I don't want to spend more than $20 to acquire a customer that will make a purchase, okay? And again, for new accounts, it will not work because you don't have enough data, guys. And this is more advanced topic, really, once you are at a point where you want to get more out of the Google, guys, then you can do that, guys. But as a beginner, we will not touch that, and we just simply don't have enough data to work with this, all right? So customer acquisition, you want to leave it by default, because by default, Google will essentially focus 50-50 on acquiring new customers and on retargeting existing customers, meaning, okay, because Google does a lot of retargeting and it's going to show ads to people who've seen your ads before, guys. So essentially that's what it means. It's going to spend half of the budget acquiring new customers and half the budget to retarget those customers, okay? And if you choose this option, Google will essentially will always be for a lookout for new customers. And again, it's not really the best approach, especially at the beginners. It's really good if you're kind of stuck in a place where, you know, you kind of the revenue and the sales numbers are stagnant, meaning they're kind of on the same place. So you want to reach out to a more broad audience, and you are essentially bringing new customers every single time, guys, okay? And then you can look at the audiences in Google Ads and kind of see if you are seeing there any new potential type of audience you want to target, guys. But again, these are advanced topics. We're not going to talk about it too much today, guys. And let me know down in the comments if you want me to make a more advanced Google Ads tutorial, guys, and I will do it for free, guys. So again, let's move on to the next page, guys. So right now we're going to be setting up some campaign settings. Okay, so for the locations, I like to target North America, okay, United States, okay, and I also want to target Canada, guys, okay. Or you can just really target the main ones, United States, Canada, and Australia, I think. Okay, those are like the big threes. Then you can also target some European Union countries. But again, guys, European Union countries have different regulations, GDPR, all that stuff, guys. It's a bit more complicated. Okay, we're not going to talk about it too much today either, because if you want to target European Union, you need to make sure that your store is GDPR compliant. And there's a lot of data limitations when you are running ads through Google for European Union, guys. Okay, so I like to stick with the countries that are flexible with the policies and all the cookie stuff, guys. So Canada, United States, Australia, okay, those are usually the ones that are really bringing the 95% of the revenue. All right, so now I want to switch to make sure that we have English, okay, because I don't want to show ads to people who don't speak English or to like different speaking languages. It's just gonna eat the budget, but Google by default will pre-select it for you guys. But it also might be suggesting something like French, okay, because I live in Canada and we have a lot of regions that do speak French. So the suggestion is pretty smart, but again, I'm not gonna be focusing on that today. We're just gonna be focusing on English speaking audience, guys. All right, so more settings, nothing really fancy here. Okay, you can set a schedule. Okay, so to show you ads, for example, 9 to 5 p.m. if you are more into B2B, or if you know exactly the time that your audience is active in. But again, guys, I don't suggest restricting schedule for a time because it just usually doesn't bring very good results, specifically for DTC and B2C, guys. In B2B, it's a very common practice to do times because you don't want to target people outside business hours because nobody is at the office and nobody is staring at their screen, guys. Okay, so wasted budget. So for B2B, for sure, good practice, but we are doing Shopify e-commerce, which is DTC and B2C. So we're not gonna restrict the ad schedule whatsoever, guys. Okay, and nothing really anymore here to really look at. Okay, so age exclusions, if you want to exclude people from certain ages, if you're, for example, I don't know, selling tobacco products or something like that, guys. But again, we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna just click on next, guys. All right. So here's a really cool and easy part for beginners. Okay, because later on we will need to create headlines, descriptions, and all that stuff for ad campaign, guys. So Google makes it easier. Okay, so if your product page is super optimized and clean and really well done, you can just paste in the product page and you will already get a bunch of headlines, descriptions, generated by AI, guys, because there's a bit of typing if you want to do it manually. So let me show you how that works, guys. So for example, I'm gonna go to my Shopify store, okay? And then I'm gonna click on view my Shopify store, guys, okay? And then I'm gonna just choose a random product from my Shopify store, okay, all products, and I'll choose this one right here, okay? So this leather jacket, that's the one I wanna advertise, for example. So let me go ahead and pull the URL and bring it to Google Ads, and we'll remove the default one and paste in the product one, okay? And essentially it will generate all the assets for you guys. So let's kind of see a live demo and you can follow me alongside if you're doing it, guys. Give it a couple of minutes. Cool, guys. So I want to adjust because I'm not doing a fur, but I'm definitely doing a leather jacket. Okay, so outwear, women's clothing, sports coat and jacket, fashion style, leather jacket. Okay, that's cool. What makes your product or services unique? Okay, so we can give some data to Google to work with that. So again, I'm taking a bit of a shortcut. So essentially I'm using ChatGPT to pull some data on why this imaginary leather jacket is unique, guys. So I'm just taking some of these ones and bringing them into the Google Ads, okay? Because I'm essentially giving their AI data to work with and create the content for me, guys, okay? But obviously in your case, you know your brand, you know your product, so you will be able to do it probably without ChatGPT. But since I'm creating a imaginary product, guys, it's not really a real product, so I'm not really focusing on actually creating a quality content for it, guys, okay? Although I will explain you the strategy and logic, how you should be structuring the headlines on the coming up on the next screen, guys, okay? So for now, let me just give some data to Google to work with, guys. I think that should be more than enough. And I'll just click on generate assets, guys, all right? And for the ad group, I'll just do something like PMAX, Shopify. I'll do test ad group, okay? Something like this. Awesome. And here in the listing product, guys, make sure that you select either all products, meaning like, if you guys remember, we talked about connecting the merchant center to Shopify. Okay, so if you did that, guys, you're gonna have this option. So you might not want to advertise all your products. If that's the case, guys, just click on this pencil icon right here and then click on use a selection of products, okay? And when you do that, just make sure to select a item ID, because that will give you a breakdown per SKU, okay? It's just really the most granular and precise way of choosing the exact products you want to advertise for shopping ads. You can also do by category, okay? If you want to do kind of like a bulk category, for example, apparel and accessories, stuff like that. So if you want to do that, guys, you can do that right here under the listing groups. Okay, guys, next up, since we used a automated asset creation option, it will pop in the product URL in here, but if you're doing it manually, make sure to copy paste your product URL in here, guys. All right. So now let's do this, guys. Looks like we need to, let's see. Okay, so we need to create headlines, okay, and long headlines and description. Okay, so let's start with headlines. Okay, so the headlines are essentially sort of a very short headlines, okay, that include the keywords that your potential customers are searching, okay? So in my case, it would be something like leather jacket, women's leather jacket, and stuff like that, guys. So it's important to include these keywords that you need to think about it. Okay, if I would be the customer looking for this product, what I would be typing in Google search. And that's exactly what headline is, guys, okay? So let's do that, guys. So what I'm gonna do, since I have ChatGPT open here and it has some context about this leather jacket, I'm gonna say something like this. Okay, guys, so essentially I'm saying create 5 headlines for Google Ads, maximum 25 characters, which contain main keywords that customers would use to search for this product, okay? Then create 2 long headlines with similar strategy, like headlines, but with max 80 characters, okay? Essentially, long headlines are sort of a extension of a headline, just slightly longer version, okay? And then create 2 descriptions and add main keywords, add some CTAs like free shipping, etc. Maximum 80 characters, guys, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And again, it is suggested that you guys add as many headlines as you can. I think the limit is 15, and here's limit 5, guys, but I'm just giving you an example of how to do it, guys, and I'm explaining you the strategy and psychology behind it, guys. So with all of this, you can go ahead and create and fill out all of the headlines, guys, because it's important to give Google as much data as possible, because don't forget, performance max campaigns are fully handled by AI, guys. And as we know, the more data AI has, the better results it brings, guys. All right, awesome. So we have our first one, okay, lambskin moto jacket, awesome. Then we have this one. Then we have this one, and this one, and then we have this one, guys. So as you guys can see, we are using the main keywords from the product page right here, guys, and the possible search terms that customers will use to look for something like that, okay? The most common one probably would be women's leather jacket, because it makes sense, okay? And then we're gonna put some keywords like sale, okay? That's also a good practice. And we can even ask, for example, Google Ads to create some suggestions, okay? So we can add something like shop our range or shop online, guys. These are really classic ones too. We'll see that a lot on Google search when you are searching for something, guys, okay? And you can just use some of these ones also from Google, because it knows better what people are searching for similar product, guys. So you can throw in some of the Google suggestions as well, guys, all right? So now let's move on to the long headlines, all right? So long headlines, again, are essentially extension of the short headlines, guys, with just a bit of keywords and data, okay? So shop women's lambskin moto jackets, premium leather, soft and stylish, pretty much what we need. And the same one here, edgy moto jackets for men, women, real lambskin leather, free shipping, guys. Awesome. And now we're gonna do the description, which is sort of a summary to convert people down the road, okay? So the only thing, I don't want to add exclamation signs. Google often flags exclamation signs. It doesn't like when the ad copy feels forced, okay? So when you're adding like extreme punctuations and exclamation signs a lot, it can just say like, hey, like, can you just use regular punctuation, don't put exclamation signs or any weird symbols. But if that happens, you will know Google will just flag it as a red warning sign, okay? Don't worry, guys, there's no penalty for that. It's just gonna say, hey, you changed that part right there, guys. So that's cool. So we have our headlines and description, guys. Let's move on. So now we need to add the images of the product, guys. So for that, I'll just essentially pull them from my Shopify product, guys, okay? Let me just find the exact product, guys. Okay, leather jacket, that's exactly what it's called. Plain and simple, leather jackets, okay, right here. So now I'm just gonna pull the images. So I'm gonna pull this one, and I'll pull this one, and this one, And sure, black variant as well, pull that one as well. So cool. So now we have images. Let me go to click on images, and I'm going to click on upload. There, that's where you're going to upload the custom images, and we're going to simply select all of these. Okay, and click open, and I'm just going to upload your images. Okay, give it a minute, and we're going to make sure they're all cropped correctly. So this one could be cropped something like this, because we are selling a product. So people don't really need to see a face. We already have it on the square ones. That is good enough. This one too, we'll just do it something like this. So we see the product. Awesome, guys. And I'll click on save. So now we have images. Okay. Again, you can add up to 20 images. I highly suggest to add as many as possible. Since we're limited and I'm doing mostly a demo, guys, 9 images is just totally fine, guys. And you can even create some with AI, but be careful with AI. It can create some funny images as well very often. Okay, so for the logo, obviously you're gonna add your logo, guys. I don't have any logos, but in your case, make sure it's super important for branding that you add your store's logo in here, guys. Okay, so not really much to explain, guys. It's just adding a logo. Okay, and business name, it works 2 ways. Okay, so if you connect with your merchant center, okay, then Google Ads will sync with your merchant center, and it will by default preset your business name in here, guys. Okay, or if you try to even add something custom and it's still synced with merchant center, it's gonna say, hey, you can't use a different business name because in merchant center it says this and you're trying to set this. No, you can't do that. Okay, so it's important that you stick with the same name you create in merchant center, and it's important that from the beginning you set the correct name in the merchant center. Okay, because you can't change it. So I believe in my case, my merchant center was called My Store. I think so. So I'm just gonna put it as My Store because I want to match it with what it is in the merchants. Okay. So guys, for the videos, I don't have any videos, but to show you, it's pretty simple, guys. Okay. So usually what you want to do, you want to create a YouTube channel, okay, and upload your product images in there. Okay. And you can put them as a private and accessible through the link. This way it's not going to be available for public, but you can still use it within Google Ads, guys. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and just search for random leather jacket videos just to plug them in into Google Ads. Okay, so I'm going to search for something leather jacket women, and guys, here's a good example. Okay, so these are also YouTube ads. So this is amazing because, guys, you can see it yourself, like the reach of Google Ads is massive. So even on the YouTube, you're going to be seeing your product ads just like this, guys. Super cool. So so this is kind of similar. It's brown. So I'll just take this one. Okay, and hold on, and I'll just take the YouTube link from here, and I'll bring it to the videos, and I'll click add, and then you click on search YouTube and paste in the link, guys. Okay, and the video appears just like that, and then you click on save. Obviously, don't copy paste random videos that have nothing to do with your product. Make sure you upload your own videos, okay, and then use those links. I believe you can even upload it through here, guys. So you can upload like even custom MP4s, guys. Honestly, guys, that's even easier. So you have like a MP4 recording. You can do it on your iPhone and do like a product demo, guys. Do it and upload it to Google Ads, guys, and use it as well. Or if you have some AI generated content, guys, go ahead and do that and upload it as a video. So that's number one. Now we are moving on to a pretty important part, which is called side links, guys. Okay, and think of side links like a extension of your ad, okay, which creates a bigger story of what your product and brand is about. Okay, so in here you can add something like contact us, okay, or track your order, or link to your blog post, or maybe link to collections, or link to a complementary product for your product that you are advertising, or for your brand, guys. Okay, so it can be anything on your website. Just obviously don't plug in privacy links and terms and conditions. Okay, it's just going to be a waste of money and a waste of budget, guys. And don't do that. Do something like about us. That's good. Okay, build branding and awareness. View collection. Okay, you can add collections. So let me show how to do that. So about us, I like that. That is cool. So let me show you how you can edit it. Okay, so about us is good. I have nothing against that. But the only thing, I want to add a description. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT again, and I'm gonna add something like, Create short site link description for about us and max 30 characters. Okay. When you're working with ChatGPT for Google Ads, always make sure that you mention the character limit. Otherwise, it's going to give you a whole paragraph. Okay. So 30 cars or characters. So I'll do that. And obviously, this makes more sense. Learn our brand story, guys. And you can always plug in description line number 2 if you want to, but I'll just go with the one that's more than enough. I'll just click on save. And this, guys, how extensions look like. Okay. So you have your ad right here, and these are the site link extensions, guys. Okay. Super cool and really improves your CTRs or click-through rates, which essentially means how many people see ad and how many people click on it. Okay. So if you have a lot of information on the ad, okay, and maybe if people want to quickly learn more about your brand, it's already accessible there from the same campaign, guys. So super cool and useful. I'm going to click on save. Actually, it's forcing me to do the description too. Okay, not a problem. I'll just put something like crafted with passion. Okay, and I'll click on save. Awesome. So the next one is view collection. I like it, but I want to do something explore our collections. Okay, just it sounds more branded and welcoming. And now I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to create a description. Now create for, okay, something like this. Okay, and we can do something like discover unique pieces, for example, and explore every collection like that, guys. Okay, and we are good to go, guys. And you can repeat the same thing for other site links. So it can be, again, anything, but make sure it's complementary or actually useful to a person who is searching for the product, guys. Okay, don't put random stuff in there. Make sure it always makes sense and tells or extends the story of the product or your brand, guys. All right, cool, guys. So let's move on. So the next one would be a call to action. Okay, so super important because we are doing e-commerce Shopify, guys. Okay, so we don't need to have something like learn more or get a quote. Usually Google Ads is good with that automatically, but I don't trust it fully. I want to make sure that we have shop now, guys, because we have Shopify, we're selling products, we want to make some money, guys. So shop now is the CTA I'm gonna be using for my campaign, guys. Okay, so do the same thing, guys. Don't put weird CTAs that don't make sense. Okay, because people will do what you tell them to. If you tell them shop now, that's gonna be the mindset. If you're saying learn more, it's gonna be more of a colder funnel. They will just maybe discover the product and drop off. Okay, so the message you put it into consumer's mind most likely will be the one that will convert, guys. Okay, so let's move on. So for the promotions, here you can plug in your promotions. Okay, so the way it works, let me show you. If I click promotions, so if I add something like, for example, Black Friday sale or whatever, summer 2025 flash sale, guys, essentially it's going to be shown next to your campaign like this. Here you guys see the discount little icon. So it's going to be essentially saying the promotion name and the promotion discount amount, guys. Okay, so super important if you're running one, absolutely add it because you will just skyrocket and just 10x your conversion rates, because when people see discounts with the ads, guys, they will just click on it for the sake of it. Okay, guys, so good way to drive traffic, guys. So, and especially if you're having good promotions, definitely go ahead and add those. It's super easy. Here you're gonna add a discount name like this. Okay, discount name. Here you're gonna add the URL where the discount is happening. Could be collection, could be product page, could be homepage, honestly anything. And here you can put either its monetary discount like $20 or a percent discount, like for example 20%, guys. Okay, just like that. And here we can preview it quickly. There you guys, so 20% off discount name, guys. So essentially that's how it's gonna be. Here you can set a date, from which date to what date, and once the end date reaches, the discount will be removed automatically, guys. Okay, so that's how you create discounts, guys. For the prices, it's also a pretty cool way to increase your overall reach and impressions. Okay, because it just essentially gives your campaign more data and broader reach, guys. Okay, so I created one already here. So it looks something like this, guys. Okay, so the header usually is a product name. Okay, then you have a short description of the product, and then you have the URL, guys. Okay, And when people click on it, for example, right here, guys, this is how it looks like. It's gonna bring them to that product page or to that page guide, okay? And you can repeat it for other products as well, guys. For example, here I've added more pricing extensions like this, guys. So you can literally add anything. It can be a product, it can be a category, it can be a like any unique page that has a price to it, guys. You know, it can be even like, for example, a I don't know, custom packaging, okay, or essentially anything that has a price on your website, guys. You can add it as a price extension. Again, it's really good, and you can put something like starting from or up to, guys. So it's pretty flexible, and it really helps you with impressions and broader reach, guys, and gives more data to the customers. Okay, so in my case, I already have one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click on select, and it will essentially look like this, guys. So this is a good example. So you guys see, you have a now name of the product, you have the price, and you also have a hyperlink to click on it. Okay, guys, so you're covering a lot of real estate on Google search, guys. Okay, so it's pretty cool, guys. So make sure to add those. You can add it for every single product if you want, guys. So you're gonna be covering a lot of real estate on Google search with that, guys. Okay, so the next one is messages. We're not really doing B2B, but honestly, if you want people to reach out to you about your product questions about your product, guys, you can go ahead and create the messages. It's essentially a direct way of customers contacting you about the product or your brand, guys. So here you will need to enter your phone number, and you will need to have a WhatsApp messenger app on your phone, guys. So people are literally can message you directly on your WhatsApp through the ad, guys. But again, I don't really suggest doing that too much, especially for B2C and DTC, because you're gonna have a lot of spams, guys. You're gonna have so much spam, especially if you are a new Shopify brand. You're gonna be getting messages about SEO services, graphic services, guys. It's just gonna be like a huge tons of spam, guys. So in B2B is different. You might want to have that, but honestly, for the spam reasons, I don't really suggest that. Okay. Okay. So the next one is callouts. Okay, and callouts, essentially think of it as a CTA. Okay, so CTAs are essentially like sign up, get yours now, buy now, shop now, and all stuff. And you can create yours, guys, as many as you want, guys. And again, it increases your ad performance and also the click-through rates, guys. Okay, so I created a few ones. I made a typo here. Did I? Shoe now? Not shoe. I wanted to say shop now. There you go, guys. So since I'm doing e-commerce, obviously I want to shop now, order yours today, and buy now. Okay, so those are the core ones. Okay, so that's what I want, and that's good. Structured snippet, guys. Okay, that's another one, pretty good one. So structured snippets are essentially sort of think of it as a sort of SEO, like SEO improvement for your Google Ads campaign. Okay, so what it does essentially, you can add, for example, values, which can be categories or product types that you are selling. Okay, because when I'm searching, for example, by t-shirt or by jackets, guys, I will have it as a structured snippet. Okay, and that will basically increase my chances of being on, for example, the first page for a search ads, because same as with the paid ads, guys, the best campaign that is structured in the best way will be ranking on the first page or on the top. And also, of course, it depends on the budget, guys. But again, you can compete with the big players out there if your campaign is structured in a way that it answers customers' questions in the best way. You have high chances of being somewhere on the up there. Okay, guys, so that's so important to give to your campaign as much data as possible, and structured snippets essentially does that, guys. Okay, you can add different values, you can add even more of those. So it just gives the Google Ads data about what exactly your product and services or whatever you are selling on Shopify is all about. Okay, so t-shirts, jackets, bags, you can even add shoes, guys, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be appearing with the Google Ads like this, guys. So here, it's changing too fast, I can't even. So here, types, you can see t-shirts, jackets, bags, and shoes. So when you're searching for something, it will just give you more chances of showing up on the first pages and catching the right customers. Okay, guys. So it's more of a guidance, but really, really good one, guys. So make sure to add those as well. Okay, guys. So next up is essentially signals, or this is where we're going to be targeting the people we want to target. Okay, so it's sort of targeting, guys. If you ever done meta ads or Bing ads, essentially it's targeting. They're calling it signals. So there are a few things we can do. So we can do it the old school classic way. We can do search terms, search teams, which essentially is keyword based targeting. Okay, but again, it's not exactly keyword based targeting. It's more broad. Okay, so it just gives Google an idea of a audience or a customer that will be searching for this keyword, guys. Okay, so in our case, it would be something like women's jacket. Okay, or women's leather jacket. Okay, I think I made a typo here. Women's leather jacket. Okay, and we can do something like women's clothing. Okay, women's clothing. We can do women's accessories. Okay, and what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. You guys kind of get the idea. So essentially, those are sort of a keyword, guys. So you need to make a bit of a keyword research, guys, to find the right keywords for your audience, guys. And you can as well do that through the Google Ads, guys. So if I go to Google Ads, guys, I'll show you the way you can do that for free, guys. Okay, so let me just go ahead and open another tab of Google Ads, and I'll do that through Shopify because it's just faster. Okay, I'm gonna click on view more in Google Ads, and once you're here, you're gonna essentially search for keyword planner. Okay, so click on the keyword planner, and you're gonna click on discover new keywords, guys. Okay, and I'll just type in women's jacket for now, and what else do we use there? Okay, women's leather jacket, women's leather jackets. Okay, and I'll do another one just for a demo, women's clothing. Okay, women's clothing like this. Okay, guys, and we'll just click on get results, and this will essentially give us an idea about the keyword. And again, I can see some good metrics, guys. So this is a really popular keyword, which makes sense. Women's jacket, again, a lot of competition, highly competitive keyword, guys. And it's not actually that bad. We have 39 cents per click, and we have $1.89. Not really the best, but again, guys, we can see something like here. This is a super competitive one. For example, women's clothing, because it makes sense. Okay, we all know how saturated women clothing fashion is, and fashion in general, guys. So just look at that. To be on the top of the page, you have to be spending at least $4.55 to rank on the page number 1 for Google Ads, guys. Okay, so it also gives you an idea, okay, how to find the keyword that won't make you broke. Okay, because you're paying for each click, guys, and each click has an average cost, and this is exactly where you can find, and it's going to tell you the competition. And as you guys see, obviously competition for women's fashion is extremely high, guys. Okay, so you can spend some time and kind of find maybe close keywords kind of in the same direction, but not in the same category, because it's going to be cheaper. But again, guys, we're not going to be focusing today on keyword research. That would be an entire different course, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to an entire course on just keyword research and how to find ones for your Google ads, or like even meta ads, how to find the right audience, guys, or Bing ads, guys. They're all very similar. So guys, if you want me to create a course on how to find the targeting, how to find the right keywords, the audiences, all that stuff, guys, let me know down in the comments, and I'll create a course on that. And let me know which platform you want me to cover, guys. All right, so awesome. So that's about the keywords. And for audience signal, essentially this is your data, guys. Okay, and your data is essentially, for example, customers visiting your Shopify store, customers adding products to your cart, customers purchasing, okay, customers visiting your website in general. So all of that is a data, guys. Okay, and you can create that as an audience, okay, because you can use this audience as retargeting. For example, customers have landed on your product page, but they haven't purchased. So now we're going to put them into a audience and call them, for example, retargeting. Okay, and now Google Ads will retarget those customers if you add them as a audience signal in the campaign. But again, I highly suggest when you are doing campaigns, your main campaign is only attracting customers and buyers. But if you want to retarget, that would be a separate campaign, guys. And the way you do it, you put 80% of your budget for your main campaign and 20% budget to retarget, because retargeting is extremely cheap, guys. Like with $5 of retargeting, guys, your clicks will be like 20 cents per click, even probably cheaper, because you are retargeting people who already visited your website, so you are not paying to acquire new customers, guys. So retargeting is really cheap. That's why you would only put 20% for retargeting. And guys, if you want to create those custom audiences, all you need to do, you're just gonna go here and you're gonna search for audience manager, guys, and you're gonna find audience manager. Okay, and here just click on the plus sign right here, guys. Okay, and here you can create your custom audience. Okay, so for example, in my case, I'll do something like website visitors. Okay, so segment name, I'll call it something like Shopify visitors. Okay, customer type, I'll put essentially all customers, but you can segment them as purchasers. Okay, because if you are retargeting, for example, you don't want to maybe retarget people who already purchased. Maybe if you want to retarget people who added to cart, and then you exclude people who have purchased. Okay, so this way you are only targeting people who initiated a purchase or added to cart but haven't purchased, guys. So this way you are targeting people who have not bought anything from you yet, guys. Okay, so in my case, it's going to be all customers, as in all visitors. Okay, visitors of web pages. Okay, and here we want to select the retention time, guys. Okay, so you don't want to go anywhere below like 90 days. Even 90 days might be too cold, because the more days pass, the colder the audience gets, guys. So 30 days is sort of a sweet spot, okay, because people will still might remember your brand. So 30 days is a good sweet spot for that, guys. All right. Again, right now, I'm literally targeting every single customer that hit the Shopify store, but you can make it more granular, okay? And for that, you just have to click here, visitors of web pages. Just click on the visitors of a page with a specific tag, for example, okay? And here, Google lets you do things even better, because all of these are created automatically, guys. So here you can target people who added to cart, okay? People who added their credit card, okay? People who viewed a page, guys, like bunch of stuff, guys, and it's really cool for that. But in my case, I'll just choose visitors of web pages, which is essentially the entire website. And then I'm gonna click on create segment, guys. Okay, so now essentially it's going to gather all the visitors from the Shopify store and sync it with the Google Ads, guys. But again, guys, don't forget, these are the visitors from Google Ads, okay? So it doesn't count the organic visitors from your Shopify store, guys. So if somebody comes organically from Google, not from the Google Ads, guys, okay, this will not be counted for that, because if you want to retarget people who visited you organically, okay, you would need to use something like Google Analytics 4, and Google Analytics 4 can essentially track organic visitors, and you can put them into audience, and then you can retarget that audience through Google Ads, guys. But again, this is more complex way of doing things, guys. If you want me to drop a course on that, let me know down in the comments. I'll create one as well. But again, guys, the important takeaway is the Shopify visitors are the ones who came from the paid Google ad campaign, guys. Okay, so now it's gonna be basically put into this category. See, it's not gonna be the organic way, guys. So if customers coming from organic Google, this will not, they will not be added to this audience. Okay, guys, this is only for Google paid campaigns, guys. Okay, so if customer comes from paid campaign, they will be added to this audience, guys. Awesome. So now that we have this audience here, now we can essentially add it from here. Okay, but again, I'm not gonna refresh my page because it will essentially reset all the work we've done here. But essentially, when you're gonna be creating your campaign next time, you're gonna be able to select it from here, guys. All right. Then we can use interest and detail demographics. Okay, and this is essentially sort of a very broad way of targeting people who might be interested in your product. Okay, so they call them in market. In market, essentially, it's not exactly your ideal customer base, but it's really a huge umbrella or a huge category of people who expressed interest in this category. Okay, so they might be interested, there was some interest, guys, but it's really broad, but also good to kind of narrow it down and give at least an idea to Google the type of customer you are looking for, guys. Okay, so in our case, it's going to be apparel and accessories. Let's see if we have that is good. Okay, apparel and accessories, I like that. In market, and again, I think Google already pre-selected that for me, because once you add the product page, it kind of gets the idea of your ideal customer, guys. Okay, so in my case, I'm happy with apparel and accessories because that's exactly what it is, guys. But in your case, it will be different, guys. So make sure to choose the closest one to your ideal customer, guys. Okay, so for demographics, honestly, I'll change here to female. Usually I wouldn't do that, okay, but because the campaign is specifically targeting women's jacket, guys, I will select only female, guys. Okay, but if you're targeting a universal product, guys, I don't suggest you mess around with the genders. Okay, leave it as is, guys. But if it's something like specific men's accessories, menswear, women's wear, okay, then for sure make sure to change the gender. Okay, although Google's smart enough, but still it might waste some budget before it gets that you are selling stuff only for women. Okay, so for the age, honestly, I don't need to really play around with that. Google is pretty smart to do that, guys. Although I would say the jacket I'm selling is probably for people somewhere in between 18 to maybe 45, okay, or 44, okay. I don't see people wearing this type of jacket over the age of 50. It's just because purely it's not the style for that demographic, okay. But again, honestly, guys, Google is really good with the age, with age targeting on its own, guys. Where, for example, with Facebook ads, it would be more tricky. With Facebook ads, it's really good to choose the right audience and age. But honestly, with Google ads, I've had success and I almost never changed any age demographics whatsoever, guys. Okay, so I just leave it to default. This one, we don't want to touch it. It's really household income, guys. It could be useful if you are selling really expensive, high-ticket products. Okay, then you want to target like the top 10% or whatever, or top 10%, and all the way down to lower 50, guys. Okay, so it will depend on the product and how much it costs, but usually I never change this at all. Google is smart enough and it understands the customers much better, rather than doing this whole thing manually, guys. Okay, so we are essentially good to go for the targeting and audience, guys. So here is the budget, guys. So budget is a little bit tricky, really depending on your product and niche, guys. So in our case, we are selling a leather jacket for $150. Okay, we'll take that as an example. And then we need to calculate the COGS, okay? Or the COGS, essentially, it means cost of goods, okay? So if I'm getting the jacket from the supplier and let's say I'm paying for it $60 plus the shipping, so my cost of goods for me is $60, guys. Okay, so now my gross profit would be $90, and my minimum target ROAS, or essentially return on ad spend, is essentially means like I want to spend X amount of dollars to get X amount of revenue from that. Okay, and I want to maintain that at least at 3x, guys. Okay, so guys, here's where ChatGPT comes in with helping us to understand that. Okay, so for me to maintain the 3x ROAS, guys, because that is the industry standard, guys, in the e-commerce, guys, okay, I can spend maximum $50 to acquire a customer, guys. If you guys remember, I did touch on this at the beginning, which is basically cost per acquisition or cost per action, guys. So my CPA should be around $50, okay, to acquire a customer and still remain profitable to reach the 3x ROAS, guys. Okay, and to get there, we can basically use 3 pricing strategies. Okay, we can do a lean test, meaning that we are spending a little bit with a safety, meaning we're not gonna go over budget and we're gonna have some budget left over for more A/B testing, and that's gonna be 20 bucks a day or $600 a month, guys. Okay, and or we can do moderate, which is essentially a 50 bucks a day, which is our very max. Okay, we're essentially going one-to-one, and we could be losing some money there potentially. Okay, but it's really aggressive way of doing that, and here is a really aggressive way which I don't suggest. I kind of disagree with ChatGPT here, guys. This is gonna tank our ad budget and our numbers really fast, guys. Okay, unless you have a bunch of free chunk of money that you can throw in the trash, guys, sure, go ahead and spend 100 bucks a day for a $150 jacket, guys. Or maybe if you are a manufacturer yourself, guys, or your cost of goods is like super cheap, yeah, you can go all in on the ad cost and blow a bunch of money on the campaign, guys. But again, I always suggest start small, because you can always underspend and you will have some money left, but if you overspend, you can't get that money back, guys. Okay, so always start small, guys. Okay, it's better to spend less and be more careful, because you can always spend that money, but if you spend all of the money, there's nothing there's nothing left else to spend, guys. Okay, so that is really the strategy, guys. All right, so I would go with 20 bucks, and I think even Google Ads suggesting something like 16, but in our case we'll go with 20. Okay, and you might see that Google is saying, hey, you need to spend at least $52, guys. It's okay, guys, don't look at that, don't mind Google just wants you to spend money, he wants to take your money, guys, so you can ignore that for now, guys. All right, all the performance max campaigns are on the hungry side. Okay, they do demand a little bit more budget, and again, guys, if you create the campaign and you can see that it's not generating enough data, you can always try to increase it and boost it by maybe 10 to 15% max and see if that makes a difference, guys. But honestly, 20 bucks a day, it's a good starting point, guys. I've done a lot of PMAX campaigns with small budgets, even something like $15 a day, guys. It works out just fine, guys. So it really depends on the niche and industry. It might be tricky maybe for something like fashion. So I will be definitely testing out different pricing strategies. I would try 20, I would try 30, and I would try 40, and I would try up to 50, which would be my basically ceiling or the max I would want to spend to acquire a customer. Okay, guys, so we're good to go here, and we see some estimates. Okay, guys, so we are estimating roughly around 68 conversions a week, and weekly cost is $140, which is about right, and cost per conversion is $2. Again, these numbers are way too good. I absolutely know I'm not gonna sell 68 leather jackets throughout the week. Those are very optimistic conversion estimates, guys, but I'm pretty sure I would be getting not more than 10 conversions at the very beginning, even if I get lucky, because Google Ads has no data, guys, and it's gonna take a bit of time to generate those numbers, guys. Okay, so don't get overhyped on these estimates, guys, but encourage a lot of A/B testing, encourage a lot of failing, encourage a lot of learning, guys, because only that way you will learn and grow and scale, guys. And again, guys, if you run into any issues or you have problems with deciding what would be the right budget for your ad campaign or product, again, let me know down in the comments or reach out to me personally. My personal email is on the guide that you can download for free below the video in the description box, guys. So reach out to me, ask me the questions, and I will help you out, I promise, guys. Okay, so essentially, once you are done with the budget, guys, you're gonna click on next, guys, and here Google gives you a chance to review everything before you launch it, guys. Okay, but don't worry if there's something wrong, you can always adjust it. Okay, so because once you launch a campaign, Google will take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or maybe a couple hours, depending on your account, guys. If it's a fresh account, can take longer. It's gonna go through a review process similar to Meta and other advertising platforms, guys. So even if something is wrong or you miss something, you can always go back and edit the campaign, guys. Okay. As you can see, guys, even if you miss some things, it's gonna tell you, hey, you missed a couple of things. We can launch the campaign. So I believe because I didn't add the logo, it's not letting me to start the campaign, guys. Okay, so obviously there's no logos. So let me go ahead and add a logo, guys. Okay, so I'll do something super lazy. Okay, I'm just gonna use the Debutify's logo. I'm gonna save this PNG because I don't think Google Ads works with SVGs. So I'm just gonna click on, where is it? Downloads. I'll save it here. Okay, and I'll just essentially upload it as a image right here. Boom, like this. Okay. Okay. Dimensions are not allowed. So what are the dimensions? I think it's like a 500 to 500 square. Is it? Yeah, 1 by 1. Okay, guys. So let me create a logo fast in Canva, guys. Okay, hold on. Guys, so I'm just gonna do something like this. I'm gonna just bring it here. I'll make it bigger like this. I'll make it in the center. We're kind of blurry, but honestly, that is fine. It's not really about the quality. I just take the logo and I'll download it as PNG, as transparent. I'll keep download, guys, just to get rid of that error. Okay, and I'll just click here and boom. And now we should be good. Yep, okay, honestly, that is perfect. And click save. So now we should be able to continue. What else? Search themes. Well, we have the search themes, so I'm not sure what do you want here. Sometimes Google is just bugging. That's fine. That's fine. So it wants me to, I don't know why it's bugging out with the search themes. Sure, let me do it again if that's what you want. Sometimes Google can have bugs. It's okay. Like any other software. Okay, now we're good. Cool. So, and essentially then you're going to click on publish, guys, and your campaign is going to go into review mode, and if everything is reviewed and approved, your campaign will be up and running, guys. Okay, and don't run into Google and try to search for it. It's not going to appear right away, even if it's approved. I would say once it's approved, give it maybe 3 to 5 hours, and then go on Google, go on the private tab, and you will probably find your campaigns, guys, up and running, guys. All right, guys, and it's gonna be super exciting to see your campaigns on Google, guys. It always is, guys. And essentially, guys, that's a wrap, guys. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the course. It was a bit of a long one. And if you ran into any issues, or you have some frustrations or something you didn't understand, guys, again, let me know down in the comments. I'll definitely help you out, guys. Or maybe how to set up your Shopify store with the Google Ads and how to do the connection, or maybe you have any technical issues, guys. Whatever it is, guys, let me know down in the comments, or reach out to me directly through the email that's provided in the free guide that you can download in the description box, guys, below the video. And I'm gonna help you out personally, guys. All right. So again, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.